Hello everyone and welcome back to the Adventures in Collecting YouTube channel, where we take a closer look at the toys, we talk about it on the show, and today, two long-awaited figures have arrived for me, at least, since I ordered them from Big Bad Toy Store. Dave is still waiting for his. They're stuck on a shipping container. But today, we are taking a look at the Super 7 Ultimates Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, Matt Cardona and Brian Myers figures. These are my first Super 7 Ultimates, so this is my first dive into this line. The packaging is gorgeous. I'm gonna leave it to the video what happens when we take the packaging off. But yeah, they're absolutely gorgeous. I love that, here, I'll just show you real quick. I love on the back that they have these awesome like old school cards for both Matt and Brian. But yeah, these are super cool. Cannot wait to get them out of the box and take a little bit closer look. So with that, let's get these into the light box and take a closer look at the Super 7 Ultimates, Matt Cardona and Brian Myers. So there you have it, folks. There they are. As you saw, that they come packed with accessories. The packaging is super fun, really reminiscent of you know, the old Toy Biz or Marvel Toys WCW line with like the ring and everything. The detail on them, you know, the love that has gone into the TTD designed ring gear on both of them, the various head sculpts, the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast hats. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on here, and overall, I think, given the, you know, the figures that have been put out for Matt and Brian over the years, you know, when they were with WWE as Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, you know, there are some really great elites and some okay basics. I think overall, these are the best figures of Matt and Brian. Now, let's, you know, let's talk real here for a second. You know, these come in at about $50 a piece. And there are some things about them that aren't perfect. So, you know, I think some of the head scans on the previous elites might be a little more accurate to, you know, the way that they look, but these head scans and, you know, the sculpting job here and the deco on them capture Matt and Brian. It's obvious who these are. You know, they look great. Their character, their personality is captured really well. You know, for a $50 figure, I wish we had a little bit more articulation for a wrestling figure. The single jointed elbows and the bicep swivel and the ball joint shoulder, perfect. Wouldn't ask for anything more there. I would say the big thing is, you know, your single jointed knee joints kind of limit you. It would be really nice if these were double jointed, and if the concern was that, you know, there would be some kind of like ugly breakup or some kind of weird line issues with a double jointed knee, I mean, they have knee pads on, it's going to be mostly hidden anyway. That would be the, you know, one of the two main things. The other would be adding a little bit more of a thigh swivel for me. So that the thigh swivel that's hidden in the hip there, again, really nice for keeping clean lines on the figure and, you know, no thigh cuts. But when you give somebody a rocker ankle, it can be difficult to really make the most out of that rocker ankle without being able to swivel the thigh completely. Again, nitpicking. These are absolute nitpicks. If this was a mainstream, you know, major market figure, you know, you wouldn't be paying the premium price of buying from a smaller company that's putting kind of that extra little bit of love and detail into these figures. So I really commend them on making figures that are super fun, capture the essence beautifully of both of these wrestling superstars. You know, it's still surreal to me to be holding a figure of a guy that we've had on our show and who I know is like an amazingly nice human being and a wonderful person, even if he is kind of a heat magnet right now. Yeah, it really is just, it's great to see these kind of come to fruition, and I know how much Matt and Brian have put into this with the team at Super 7, and I think ultimately they should be really happy with the end result because they have two really, really unique figures that really represent both them inside and outside of the ring, and I think that's something that's, you know, for sure a first timer here with these figures. So these are still currently available at places like Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. We'll put links in the description below, so that way you can get them. You know, I ordered, Matt's been sitting in my pile of loot for a little bit, but Brian, I ordered, you know, just a few days prior to recording this video and added him to my pile of loot, shipped the pile of loot, and it got here very quickly. So, yeah, overall, I would say that my recommendation would be if you are a fan of Matt and Brian, whether you're a fan of their podcast, whether you're a fan of you know, what they do inside the ring, these are the best versions of them that you are going to find overall, from soup to nuts. So yeah, and as you can see, and you saw in the video, I mean, it's nice to have Matt and Chelsea together. So yeah, so we'll put links in the description below where you can get these figures and you can send them on your own adventures. As always, make sure you hit that subscribe button down there so that way you don't miss videos like this where we take deeper dives into the toys that we love. While you're down there, leave a comment. Which is your favorite version of Matt and Brian? What iteration of them in plastic is the one that you like best? Is it the Mattel Retro? Is it a basic? Is it the Myers Chase? The Kurt Hawkins Chase? Just let us know. And then while you're down there, hit that bell icon so that way you get notifications when we post new videos. While you're liking and subscribing to things, make sure you follow us here at AIC_podcast on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok, where we're constantly posting toy photography, toy news, toy availability, anything and everything we think would help out the community. And then, of course, the podcast. So Adventures in Collecting can be found wherever you find podcasts. Simply search for Adventures in Collecting or hit that link in the description below, which will take you to our website, and you can find links to all of the things that I just mentioned. And as always, I am always ready. Until next time.